All right, let's talk about this solar eclipse coming up on February 17th at 7:01 a.m. Eastern Time, US. So eclipses happen when the sun and moon align with the lunar nodes on the ecliptic, which intensifies the event. North node represents increase, obsession, volume up. South node is more about spiritually detaching, clearing out, cord cutting. So when you have the sun and the moon, as we do on February 17th, as a new moon, but it's aligned with the nodes, it's a new moon solar eclipse. So it's like a supercharged new moon or a new moon on steroids. This particular solar eclipse, which takes place at 28 degrees Aquarius, it's sort of a preview for what's going to be happening beginning in July 27th of this year. It's like an aggressive preview because the North Node is still in Pisces right now, even though this eclipse is in Aquarius. So in July, the North Node is going to be moving into Aquarius. So this point will be triggered and activated then further. But other things about this eclipse is that it's the first eclipse in this Aquarius Leo series. And it's the first that we've had in these signs since 2018. So Aquarius is itself a fixed sign representing high-level perception, communication, and collective systems such as social media, technology, space exploration, and engineering. Aquarius is ruled by both Saturn and Uranus. And it's fascinating because Saturn moves into Aries on February 13th, which is just like 4 days before this eclipse. And that Saturn is approaching a conjunction with Neptune, which perfects 3 days after the eclipse on February 20th at the Aries point or the vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere. And so these events are linked, although I'll be discussing that conjunction in depth in another video. So that's the Saturn part of its rulership. But then Uranus is the other ruler of Aquarius, and that planet is actually squaring this eclipse, acting as a catalyst for system breakdowns, chaos, and crumbling old structures. And, you know, at the beginning of this month, Uranus stationed direct, and that in itself, Uranus stationed direct in Taurus for the last time. And that in itself signaled the crypto crash, the massive sell-off. So this is kind of like the last, like putting an exclamation point on what Uranus and Taurus has been about. So this eclipse, it's going to be the final kind of curveball that Uranus throws at us as it finishes up its time in Taurus, which it's been in since 2018. So So expect disruptions with this eclipse, and these disruptions, unfortunately, may include accidents, like technological failures, infrastructure, financial systems, breakdowns, chaos. It's throwing a wrench on things and shocking the masses. Next level deployment, the development of shocking news and pushing us into the future and leaving behind the old systems that we've relied on. Uranus is forcing the world and the general population to understand things in a new light, in a new way. And it's also revealing mismanagement of money and funds. And so the energy is fast-moving, electrifying, unpredictable, and designed to elevate collective consciousness and individual self-awareness, prompting people to awaken to new dreams, visions, and dormant potentials. The eclipse is conjunct the USA Sibley chart moon which is at 27 degrees Aquarius, indicating significant changes in the United States population, housing market. I'd watch that. Financial stability with potential economic roller coasters and shift in ownership in real estate. The eclipse's conjunction with the USA moon indicates potential shifts in domestic stability, economic policies, and possible surprises and rapid developments in personal and national finances. And also, we're at a crazy time right now with all these new revelations coming out. This could also signify rebellion or protest from the people of the country against Trump and the Trump administration. With regards to Trump himself, this eclipse is happening on his descendant, with Uranus close to his MC. So this could have to do with his marriage, but I think it's more likely it'll be trouble with his allies, like significant trouble with allies and adversaries. Another thing is that Pluto, as you should know, is currently in Aquarius. So this is the first one we're having in the same sign that in Aquarius since Pluto's been in Aquarius. So it's pulling that theme into the mix. With this eclipse, we have the recreation energy of Aquarius, new systems coming through, and it'll be quite influential over the next 6 to 8 months. A lot more energy and electronics. Like solar eclipse, this solar eclipse will push some of those agendas forward, making more of these future-oriented devices, solutions, and systems more readily available and more readily used. This big solar eclipse is changing our world, our lives, our values, taking us into a new reality, new experiences. It's shifting us into new connections, more potential friends, allies, groups. These are all Aquarius things. It's also showing us that it's time to move on, ready or not, and like how you embrace change is going to be a big factor on a personal level during this solar eclipse. A new day is here, a new day is dawning. We've all been feeling it and anticipating maybe even something big happening. It's important to note that maybe it's us, it's the next bigger version of us, our consciousness, our intelligence systems, our energy systems, are here, and we are meant to live from them and embody them as we move into this new version of a human being on the planet who is more spiritually and energetically aware, who is more aware of how we are a part of the solar system. So there's a lot happening here. So it's important to identify where this is happening for you in your chart, where you have 28 degrees of Aquarius. And if you want to give me your rising sign, I'll comment on where this shift is happening, should be happening for you. The other thing about this eclipse is that it pushes us into this this year of the fire horse. That officially is what this eclipse jumpstarts for us. And I hope. Another thing I did want to say about the eclipse is, with the configurations, Mars is about it's close enough that you could say it's a conjunction. So it's going to be a lot of energy with this eclipse, and I recommend being highly intentional about your next steps, claiming your sovereignty, and releasing old attachments and false dependencies. This eclipse is a powerful, fast-paced transformation in collective and personal realms, accelerating technological, cosmic, and societal evolution, demanding clarity, independence, and trust in your inner guidance.